Hello and welcome back again. Still working on the stabilisers, rear stabilisers at the moment, vertical and horizontal. I thought I'd just show you this now. I've got one of the horizontal ones here that done the leading edge, sanded it down. I've done my elevator how I like, and I thought I'd just show you that. Basically I sand them at a small angle on here and on here, as you can see, like that. So I've got no gap on top, that will be the top surface of the wing, okay. But when I do down elevator, she'll sit into the gap. It gives me plenty of movement there. I need 15 mil for down elevator, and up elevator will just go up like that and open the gap up, and that's, well, you can have as much movement as you want on that elevator. And that's how I like to do them. So then statically, for looking at the airplane from the top, you'll see a very small gap, and that is it. What I was going to show you now is, obviously we will need a point now. God, terrible at names, but you'll basically need one of these. Okay, linkage. So we're going to need to put something like that on there. Now that's one of the big metal ones that I use on large airplanes. On small airplanes like this, I mean, even the airplane should come out at less than 4 kilos in weight, 8 pound. In fact, I think recommended is maximum 4 kilos. So on an airplane like this, I make my own hinges and bits and pieces, and what I use is an old servo arms. I always save any old servo arms, and these really heavy duty ones that come off some of my bigger servos make really nice linkage for these tailplanes, elevators, ailerons. So let's cut them off. I usually do them with a pliers, but there we go. Okay, and basically I know that, so look that way up, so I know I'll go underneath and in this corner. So there, I go as close into this corner as possible. Now there's a hard point under here that we've built in, so I'll go right up to that so we glue against it. Keep the hole as tight as possible. Okay, now I like mine short. I don't see the point in having them sticking out a lot, especially on these elevators and ailerons, and especially on either a sports model or a jet model where movements are very small. I mean, even on World War II fighter planes, on a Spitfire, Mustang, Hurricane, generally in flight your movement is going to be no more than about 10 mil max, and to make a nice stable airplane, you keep the amount of movement down as much as possible. You just need the higher rates just for landing. Well, this will give us plenty of movement for landing even on one of them, but basically that will go in there. And what I'll now do is I'll mix up a little bit of epoxy, take this out, and I will fill this whole little corner here in there with epoxy, and then stick this into it, let it dry, and hey presto, you've got a really good movement then for, you know, for your elevators. Then I'll do the same with ailerons and the same with flaps on this particular model. So and it hasn't cost me anything for, you know, any Hinge arms as such at all, you know. So these come out at about £2.50 each. Little plastic ones, you know, they're like £2.50 for 4. that's all money that can go on the next model, so we want to be buying the next model soon. So yeah, so that's what I'll do. If you want to watch, I shall quickly make up a bit of epoxy. 20-minute epoxy is plenty good enough for the job. There we go. Pants. There we go. Now you can put these on after fiberglass and or before fiberglass. This one I put on before. I suppose fiberglass, and if you haven't put it on, if you have put it on, you obviously got that little lump there. You've got to cut your fiberglass round. If you haven't got it on, it's probably a little bit easier because you haven't got that to do. But then you've got to cut through the fiberglass and the wood to make your slot to put these in. So it's catch-22 really. Is it going to help you much either way? It's whatever you prefer. I mean, it's, you know, it's a nice thing about modelling. We're all trying to get a nice result on our airplane, but there's no laws or given parameters that must be followed, other than you don't want it to fall to bits in the air and you'd like it to fly. So smooth that out. Hate sanding, so there we go. So let's see now. So basically, by cutting it, you've got your rib hair and your spar hair. So by cutting it where I have cut it and putting a lot of epoxy in there, I'm actually against this rib and against this spar. So when that goes dry, you can feel that that's right up against that rib and that's right up hard against that spar. So when that dry, that isn't going anywhere, especially with epoxy, and especially on an airplane this size. You could get away with this up to, say, an airplane up to sort of 7 kilos, sort of 13, 14 pound. But after that, then I would probably go with bolt through ones. So I put a whole plate in the wing, so that, you know, the wing is, the aileron's got something that you can really bolt to and hardened all the way along, sort of thing. So yeah, but on an airplane of this size, that's going to do a lovely little job on that. It's cheap, quick, easy, and like I say, that'll be fine. So I know where these are, by the way, because I already checked the fuselage, and I know where I'm bringing out my movement joints. So, and it's basically the same as what the plan would say on here as well. So it's easy to do. Yeah, so I hope you like that. So there you go. So that's one of the horizontal stabilizers basically finished. So I've just got to now glue on this piece here, line that up. There'll be a little to shave off this elevator, but that'll be done later on when we fit it. And then that'll be the hinges. The hinges will go in here. This already hardened up with these bits we put in here. Same on this side. It's already at least 6 to 7 mil of balsa back on there to make slots and glue into. So they should go in nicely and hold perfectly well. So there you have it. Sometimes if I can get the right hinges, I do like to pin through. Whether I will on this side of model or not, I don't know, but a lot of the hinges, if you use the plastic ones with this metal hinge, I've got a pack here somewhere, I don't know where they are, but anyway, they have little holes in them, so you know, I often put them in, and then I'll drill the holes and put either a cocktail stick or a very thin dowel, and usually a cocktail stick is plenty good enough, through with a little bit of glue. Cut the top off, sand it, don't know it's there, and it just, hinge just cannot pull out then once that's done. So yeah, there you go. Just leave it that way up, that's all done. Alright, so this is only a short video, just what I thought you might like to see how I do that. This, you know, if I think of anything like that I do, and I think I might do it different to other people, or it's my preferred route and I know there's lots of different ways of doing it, I'll try and sort of show you how I like to do. But I mean, obviously, if you've got any comments on how you like to do, or anything that you feel that I might be better that I haven't mentioned or may not know, please leave the comments. Yeah, it's always nice to know. I mean, I've learned most of what I do from a mixture of people I know who build. I went to see a guy the other day. He's been building for years. I mean, he makes me look silly. He's the one who sort of, you know, he sort of learnt me how to join the sheets together to make up a lovely big sheet for when you're doing your wings. So bits like that, and other stuff that I've learnt over the years come from lots of different people, and a few bits of experimenting myself. So this one is one of my own. This is, no doubt other people have done this particular way, but this is one I've loved myself. When I found that I had boxes and boxes of these that I could cut up and use them, I was desperate one day building a model. I had no bits in stock, and I come up with that, and I've been using it ever since. Like I say, models up to about 6 kilos, because once that's dry, that's going to take a hell of a lot of force, so we should be fine for that. Alright, thank you very much, and like I say, I'll catch you next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.